Alright, Shalom. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, on the street brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Can be a quick roundup right here, because I already brought this out a little bit earlier on, closer to the manufacture of this particular weapon system that the Chinese have developed. When it first came out, I believe I did a video on it, but you won't be able to. I doubt you'll be able to find it because it's quite some time ago, and I don't know if it's on YouTube anymore. Nevertheless, it's in recent news, and this has been edited on the 5th of December 2014. This particular article on Russia Today, and it's China's hypersonic strike vehicle in third test flight. Now, this is a missile delivery system. I believe it's capable of I'll get into the article a little bit, but the background of a little bit on this particular missile, if I remember my information correctly, and if it is the one that I have in mind, of which it is about 9 out of 10. It's going to be the one I'm thinking of. This weapon is capable of delivering a missile, right, to the United States within an hour, which goes in hand with what the Revelations, the 18th chapter, the first verse speaks of, right, which is going to show you, man, these prophecies have been coming out to play. So whatever the hell you're going through, whether it's be these Edomites, women, whatever, man, don't even worry about that, man. Right, because the Most High is bringing out these revelations, these prophecies are being fulfilled, man, and it just needs to kick off, man. And the articles are actually looking for to make this video. They even put that shit up, man. Right, because even Russia Today, man, that's all controlled by the elite bankers, man. Right, because there's certain stuff they only show at a certain period of time in the day, man. And I get up very early to go to work in the mornings and watch Russia Today, and it's completely different programming in the morning than it is the evening, man. Because the bozos watch TV at the evening, but if you not saying obviously not saying I'm this, that, and the third. I'm just saying they have they've monitored the people, and the statistics show that they have to basically they from their own statistic they put out certain programming at certain times of the day. So if you really want to get and watch that news, man, about 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:15, 7 o'clock in the morning, that's the time when you get some good news right there, man. Right? And they pretty much brought it out to what that brought out on Russia Today that we're in the Third World War already, man. It's already begun. It's not a case of stopping it from happening. It's already begun, man. It's like I always bring out strategies are being put in place, and this is the strategy right here, man. Testing out the missile defense system. So I'll read a little bit of the article. It says China has reportedly conducted the third test flight of its new ultra high speed strike vehicle, capable of traveling up to 8 times the speed of sound, right? And what experts suspect is part of the development of the strategic nuclear program. So the test flights monitored by the U.S. intelligence service this week was the third in a series of tests of the WU-14 hypersonic glide vehicle, a high accuracy, high speed projectile, reports Washington Free Beacon. Right, the first two were conducted this year. And it goes on a little bit, but there's not too much important information to take away from this, other than the two facts that strategies are being put in place. Right, if you haven't woken up to the fact that we're in a world war right now, then you're just not gonna wake up, man. It's not gonna happen. Right. The second thing to take away from this is when it says in Revelations, the 18th chapter. And I believe the first time I did this video, I did the maths and everything. 8 times the speed of sound and the distance from America to China and all of that. I calculated it all up, and when you break the maths down, it comes up to like an hour. It ain't no deep. The scripture doesn't say that the 1 hour here is indicative of a missile coming from China to America. It doesn't say that. It says in 1 hour shall I be destroyed. Right, but let's say that's how it's gonna happen, and whatever, right? Or that's what it's pertaining to. It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, right? We're in a Third World War, right? And people are putting pieces together. They're putting their battle strategies together, right? If it was in the olden days, you call this the calling of the men. Telling the men getting ready to war. Start exercising, all of that. And that's what they're doing. They're exercising right now, man. Right? So, without further ado, I'll get into the small set of scriptures that I've set up for this particular example. And I read from the 18th verse and the first, rather more the 18th chapter and the first verse of Revelations. But the point I'm looking for is that in the 10th chapter, it says, and after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lit in his glory. I always bring this scripture out because this is the future, man. We're just bringing out the last bits of the things that haven't been fulfilled, because the mark of the beast has been fulfilled, man. It's out there, just hasn't been forcibly implemented, man. Alright, it says, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and cage of every unclean bird. It says, for all the nations have drunk off the wine of the wrath of her fornications, and the kings of the earth committed fornications with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Alright? And I'm going to jump down to the 10th verse, which is the point. It says, at the 9th verse, furthermore, it says, and the kings of the earth who committed fornication with her and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her. Right, so these Arab nations, right, the EU and all of them, they're going to lament for her. It says, that mighty city, right, for in 1 hour shall thy judgment come. Right, so the minute that button's pressed, just using this as an example, like I said, this is not exact. This might not be exactly how it happens, but just using this as an example, the capabilities and the possibilities of this precept coming to pass are there. Right, so it's just like the Most High said, man, the word that goes out of his mouth shall not return unto him void. So this is just an example of that it's not going to return unto him void, because here's the proof for it. Alright, it says, standing afar off for the fear of atonement, saying, alas, alas, that mighty city, for in 1 hour shall thy judgment come. Alright, going on to the next precept. Like I said, it's just a quick one. This is Isaiah the 13th chapter and the 19th verse. And it says, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It says, it shall never be inhabited, it shall never be dwelt in, from generation to generation, due to them the nuclear shortfall, the nuclear winter. Right, it says, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. It says, but wild beasts of the desert shall dwell there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures. So you ain't gonna be able to go into America after it's been done destroyed. It says, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. It says, and the wild beasts of the islands shall cry there in their desolate houses, and the dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So your time, America, is near to come, man. Your days ain't gonna be prolonged, man. And just to wrap it up, speaking on the nuclear missile thing, this is Zechariah 14 and 12. It says, and this shall be the plague whereof the Lord will smite all the nations that have fought against Jerusalem, and their flesh shall consume away whilst they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongues shall consume away in their mouths. Right, so you're gonna be standing there, these missiles hit, it's gonna be completely, burnt up, man. That nuclear fire. Alright, but like I said, man, the one article I did want there to be on RT, they haven't put it up. Right, because it had some fire in there, man. They were pretty much saying we're in a Cold War again. They were bringing out the fact that really that Ukraine and the Ukraine thing is really non-existent. Russia's aggression towards the Ukraine is non-existent. Because where's the proof, man? You hear all of these different militants killing this, that, and they're beheading this person and that person. You don't hear nothing about Russia, man. Right? Because that's non-existent. That's a fictitious thing, man. The elite bankers have put together, man. Right? But pretty much with that, man, I'm gonna say double honestly, Apostle GMS. Honestly, brothers that be pushing this truth, in sincerity. Keep doing what you're doing. All right, Shalom.